Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zach Nolan. Welcome back. We have a Jets transaction video, which is, I know I'm smiling through it, but it's unfortunate news. Henri Nikkanen, former fourth-round pick of the Winnipeg Jets in 2019, has been put on waivers to have his rights terminated. This means that Henri Nikkanen will cease all activities with the Winnipeg Jets organization. He will cease playing with the Manitoba Moose, and he will leave the organization. He'll be open on the free agent market, and where he could possibly sign there, or he could look to sign overseas in a smaller league. This is unfortunate news, honestly, for Henri Nikkanen. A guy who was actually projected to possibly be a first-round draft pick in 2019 before being injured the year of his draft, which dropped him down to the fourth-round pick where the Jets took him at 119th overall, or 113th overall. He's 23 years old right now. He just never truly fit into the system. He played in Liga for 2 years where he got 20 points with Ukraine in 47 games and 12 points with the Pelicans in 60 games. And then when he came over for a brief conditioning stint with the Moose, he had 0 points in 4 games. The following year, he had 16 and 66, which isn't great after signing his entry-level contract. He signed it the same day as Daniel Torgerson, actually, who is still on the team because Daniel Torgerson has had a slightly better push than Henri Nikkanen. However, it's worth noting both of them kind of on the bubble for me, in my opinion. In 2022-2023 season, his first full year with the team, he gets 16 points and in 66 games. Not a bad first year. Honestly, as a depth prospect goes, that's fine. I'm totally cool with that. His second year, though, he struggles massively. He has one of the worst starts to a season you can have. He doesn't put up points for the first 2/3 of the season. However, a strong third period probably keeps his contract alive, in my opinion. I think there's a lot of prospects that are coming into the system and a lot leaving that I think he was probably on the chopping block last year, but he ends up putting up 12 points in 57 games, but most of that comes in the back quarter of the season, which bolsters his appeal that he just needed to get out of this rut. He looked actually really good for a couple weeks. Unfortunately, that doesn't carry over to this year, where he's only played in 13 out of 21 games. He's been scratched recently more times that he's been playing. He's only got 4 points in those 13 games, and finally the team has decided to just let him go, and it's one of those things where there's a couple prospects that I look at with the danger sign, and he was one of those ones. But again, this is a fourth-round pick. Not every fourth-round pick turns into a superstar or even turns into an NHL player. Do you know how hard it is to make an NHL roster? It's hard. With him, I think his most likely path is probably going to be playing back in Finland. I think they might take the Oskari Salminen route. It's worth noting. Both Henri Nikkanen and the guy he signed on the same day as him, Daniel Torgerson, have their RFA contracts coming up this off season. So this is just one contract that gets pushed off the books that they don't need to handle off season because he becomes a UFA. But that being said, there is one other outlet. He's technically on waivers right now, so any team can pick him up and claim him. We've seen this before with the Winnipeg Jets when Sami Niku was set for termination at the beginning of the COVID season, the year after the COVID season, actually. And the Montreal Canadiens picked him up, and then he got immediately injured, and then that was a sad story. But it's still feasibly possible, but we'll see. We will see. I wouldn't count on it, but it's a possibility. Unfortunate for Henri Nikkanen. I wish him the best. I will, as a bow tie to his story being a Winnipeg Jet and transitioning to not being on the Winnipeg Jets organization, I will cover the team that he signs with, and then I will cover the signing when he signs with another team, as I do with every other free agent UFA. And then that'll be that. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I will be at the Vegas Jets game tonight, so if I see you there, Come say hello. Always appreciate the support, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and leave a like on the video, and we will see you next time.